So, am I audible now, online students? I see most of you students. Online students, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the board here? Perspectives of HR. Can you read?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
First, we are supposed to cover welcome today. The first one is perspective of HR. How many of you believe in it? It's a star function, it's a paper function. It's also needed, okay. Me too kind of function. It doesn't really make a much of a significant effect on this. Most of you believe that, right? Most of you listen. How do you take answer again? Most of you. Most of you, right? Very few of you are probably used to feel that HR can really add value. So there are two perspectives, right? One perspective is star function, the other function, it should add value. Okay. Now, if you think that most of you got another question, you already talking to me. You said it's not really working. Why do this? Most of you think that it's a really star function. It's a more of a bureaucratic ritualistic. Why do this? If you understand the cause, then only we can improve, right? If you don't understand the cause, we'll not do it. Why do you think so? All of us believe the first theory. In our easy understanding, let's say red HR and all values. For our easy understanding, we see red HR. What do you think so? Most of the people both are the HR professionals. Most of the people in the company, because of the company, the HR plus salary and the sense communication, they are not aware of the process and other work. So basically, they are getting into more mundane kind of activities, like attendance sheet or salary sheet. What else? Are they friendly? Are they employee friendly? Are they only create a rules? You cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot. Nothing like employee. Long back I went to, maybe 20 years back, I went for HR conference. Conferences mostly for fun, right? And we all went with our spouses. At the end of the spouses were talking to them, what HR gets, they create a lot of rules, a lot of thoughts and like that. Saying that, then they say it cannot be done. I got the statement 20 years back in some ways I made the feature, still 5 years. So if you do that kind of thing, yes. Yeah, even today, not many people are to that point, then the HR will not get. What I say, the second perspective, HR can really add value. In the next class, probably we are going to study. In America, there are many airlines, like US Airlines, all these kind of. Most of the airlines will file for bankruptcy many times. South Airlines is the only airline which has never filed for bankruptcy. They always been prospering, even today. They are getting Crown awards. And they are saying, we are surviving because we are using HR as a core product. Our main approach is HR as a pillar for a source of concrete technology to survive. All you do is will take it. But for the time being, what you said is correct. The second statement is that if HR has to really survive, HR has to deliver. The deliver to the level of what kind of delivery? What should be the delivery of HR? So there are two perspectives. One perspective is red HR, the other thing is market. Now all of you, since you are studying HR, and tomorrow you are going to be you will not be an HR. But I wish all of you are going to be CEO or CEO, right? Yes, sir. Yes. Are leaders. Any leader cannot say I don't HR, I'm not a leader. All leaders are HR, primarily. If you think about the CEO or CEO, what is his primary job? Creating and getting companies guidelines. All those things. But do you think that he's more concerned with team, human capital, energizing the capital, putting the people, engaging the people, satisfying the people, making them to perform, handling the change management, the system? Yes, sir. Yes. I don't know. What is the job? I know technology, I know software, I know all those experts like that. Okay. Now, I'm not concerned with my key people, talented people, placing them, giving them the right kind of role, understanding the resistance to things, giving them some conducive environment to perform better, propel their energy to grow. Yes or no? So that means most of you are going to do that. So that time, don't get this comment from anybody else that you guys are dead. Your HR skill of my CEO is bad, or my supply chain has HR skill is bad. So we have to learn. So the first is there are two perspectives which one. Now the second one is what is the scope and definition of HR? Okay. What are the kinds of HR functions are there?
Talent acquisition.
Okay, number one. Talent acquisition, payroll processing,
Training and development.
training and development, okay. Performance management, okay. That. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
Employee engagement.
Hmm?
Employee engagement.
Employee engagement, okay. What else? You have to understand in a very comprehensive, as I told you in the beginning of the class, you have to understand, learn, observe everything, comprehensive, model-based, conceptual-based, terminology-based. At the end of the MBA, every subject, not only my subject, you should be talking with that. So if you have to talk HR function that way, you will given a doc here and there. Somebody said policy making, somebody said talent management, somebody said recruitment. How will you put it in a very concise manner? First, before getting to the first point, we already cleared it. We have to move to the level of second one, that is, HR should become a competitive business partner or a delivery agent. You know, I use the word here, see for example. Competitive business partner, deliverable significantly. HR has to add value. That is the second perspective we are going to study HR. Okay, so the first learning point is clear. We have to study HR from the point of delivering tangibly to the business needs by adding value. Does it make sense? Yes. A lot of other words we used to. That's what you cannot help it in research. Okay, now second thing is what is the scope? How do you define it? Scope for function. You said somebody said talent management, somebody said this thing, somebody said that. How can you beautifully concise this one? How can you explain it in a small 2-3 sentences which covers it? Because the channels are something online student, can you define HR? Scope for function.
Hello, Professor. I just want to say something. Your voice is not very clear to all of us, I suppose, and we are not able to hear everything you're
Okay.
speaking.
Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Is it better? Because I'm moving.
Yes, it is better
It's
now.
better?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for giving the feedback. Okay. Now it's still better. You guys can any case here. Okay. Okay, please keep telling whenever you are not getting. So we were trying to come to the conclusion, second point. How do you define HRM? Define our scope in a simple manner. Come on, try yourself. We all think it's a small, simple function, right? We all know, we are going through that. So define the HRM definition or scope in a simplified manner. Make an attempt. Okay, you are not making an attempt, then I'll do.
A one-stop solution to the employees
Okay.
for them to give any suggestion or solution to any issue.
Okay, that's also one way of looking at it. One-time solution to employees' needs. Just have a look at it. Can you say HRM is concerned with the employees' relationship from entry to exit? Right? What is entry to exit? Selection, recruitment, placement, online boarding, training and development, appraisal, compensation, engagement and other activities. Finally, exit. Either retirement, resignation. So one way of looking at HRM is concerned from entry to exit on employee, starting from selection, recruitment, all those kind of activities. Simple, right? I also use the word HRM doesn't end there. I use the word prior to entry and after exit. What does it mean?
Right from recruitment process.
That's how I've taken from entry.
Recruitment process as in taking the job application and then creating the offer letter and then completing the onboarding activity prior to entry in the organization.
Prior to entry, that also starts prior to, okay, okay, go ahead. So
Or
let's see.
maybe we can say the job application scrutiny.
Okay. When I say selection, job application scrutiny, conducting interview, sitting for issuing a formal letter, taking people on board training, role clarity, training and development, compensation, everything takes care of, right? Training and development,
Yes.
some salary, compensation, performance review, some best of HR practices like, I will do some engagement activities, competency mapping, all those kind of things. And finally, gratuity, retirement, designation. Okay, that's a one cycle, employees life cycle with the organization, starting from entry to exit, is the selection on that. Then I say the next one, because most of the organization, they do the first part of it and reasonably well, not fully. So that is why HR is not effective. The second point is much more important and needed. That's why I written prior to entry and after exit. What is it?
More of attracting a talent student.
More of an attracting.
I think identifying
Identifying the talent. Okay, great.
defining the policy and the process before we decide to hire.
Good. You are coming somewhere else. He are coming. All of you are coming. See, most of you, whenever you got a job in your life, past or present, after some time, within a month or so, you are not happy. Correct? Most of you. The same is the case I'm seeing with all those MBA students. When they take up a job, the employer is also unhappy. The student also, when they take up a job, we thought the role will be like this. Or even, incidentally, I can quote Sir Vijay Mallya sir used to, I was also very close to once, not other way, don't take other way. Used to hire people like PVP, Vice President, all level with crores, 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs salaries. You will even go out of it, won't get that guy, headhunt that guy, bring him back. And after 3 months, it's sacked. Or the guy will run away. Oh, it's too much of harassment. Why? And nobody wants to make the employee run away, nor the employee wants to leave a job and look for a change, right? Do you want to leave for a job every time? You are compelled, right? Most of the cases, do you agree with the statement? Most of the cases, more than 50% of the cases, whenever you take up a new job, you are not that happy that, okay, this is the job I opted for. This is what we discussed in the interview. Yes or no? Come on, tell me.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes, sir.
At
Yes.
your level, at senior level, all the most is happening. I can quote you any number of examples. I was heading the Kedila Pharma. There was one of my friends called Sanjay Marsana, doing very well in Ranbacks as a president. My boss said, Bhaskar, you have to go and get that guy somehow. I was the board of the director of Kedila Pharma. Sanjay Marsana is doing very well because when we meet people in the business association, we'll get to know. We need to get him. He will only come and will take us into the global West organization. That guy was very well settled, 15 years kind of working with that guy. And still is there, Sanjay Marsana. So we went and tried to help him. He first said nothing. Nothing, I will not join you. He worked with him for 6 months. We met him twice, thrice, and things like that. Unfortunately, his company had some other problem. So that time, Sinha sir said, okay, let me come for him. Till that time, I was not willing to even come for him. So maybe we sold our concept to his company was going through Ranbacks, a lot of problems. Then he said, okay, Bhaskar. He's also from Bangalore. So we called him, then finally quit. We appointed him. It's all happened in probably 6-7 years back. Okay. That time we offered him 80 lakh rupees salary with a variable pay of 20 lakhs. Okay. And we onboarded him. Everything was all right for 3 months, But the problem started. The boss expectation was not very clear. And the guy was been working in Ranbacks for 15 years. And then now he's, after us, he left us, we sacked him. And now we made such a situation yesterday. 7th month yesterday. Okay. Another example I can give you, that here again I was a director from this company called John Distillery, which was a reasonably good company. Now they have come up with the best of the malt whiskey in the world and big money in wines and things like that. But that company was not global equivalent to Johnny Walker. All of you know about Johnny, right? Somebody resigned or sacked from Johnny Walker called Asif. I'm giving all live examples to you. Even go quote outside, I don't know. There was a guy called Asif Padel. He was a joint managing director of Johnny Walker, and he studied from Harvard. He works for Pepsi. All kind of best of the qualifications, and Johnny Walker joint managing director means it's something great, right? And it looks like that sometime he did some goalmal, the company sacked him, and Scottish police was after him. That was the old stories. My boss, the existing boss, is also US citizen, Asif Padil was also US citizen. So both of them, they have to spend a month or two in US to sustain. So Asif Padil has been too smart, come and met our boss, saying that, Paul, you are doing a great job. I want to come and do a big thing for your company. I want to turn around your company. You don't pay me 6 crore rupees, which I am getting. You pay me 1 crore rupees because I like you. I want to turn around. John Paul, being a human being, though he's owner, got carried away. He said yes to him there itself. John Paul has come back to India. One day he was in a casual meeting. We were all directors of the past. We were very close friends. He said, Bhaskar, you know Asif Padil. I know Asif Padil. Yes. And then he said, what kind of person? I said, Paul, you already appointed him. Don't pay this to me. Then he started smiling. Now you want me to? Yes. Okay, I'll tell you, Paul, he will not get it. For the true reason, there was nobody can beat with his qualification, experience, competencies. Okay. And whether Scottish police is rightly, wrongly after him, that also we are not bothered. People can be rightly after, wrongly after. But his cultural style, skill set will not set with our. And the Paul said, no. He said, do like that, all this. I said, I'm telling you clearly, and having said it, I will go out of it to make sure that he becomes successful. Because it's my duty by your partner and all this. So it happened, we took him. First month, marriage was very good. Every week, his sir will come from Bombay to Bangalore in a first class flight fare, and then Adhikar has to go and pick him. All those things, it's okay, we can afford. We can afford. And then he wanted to come and sack half a dozen existing people, DG and GM and all, say, yeah, this place are not talking about all this. Having appointed that guy, can you say no to sacking to these people? You cannot say, all right. You have to sack these people, whether you like it or not like it. And after sacking, you will bring his own people also. All those went and up. 5th month problem started. 6th month, you have to pay 3 months notice period. Send him off. And he was very happy to take 3 months notice salary, which itself is a big money. To make a story shortcut, why entry? Prior to entry. You don't do proper job analysis. You don't proper job description. You don't work out proper KRA, KPA. You don't work out technical fit, functional fit, cultural fit. You simply put an advertisement, simply make 10 people like me to sit in the board of the court, asking some nonsense question, decide that guy, and then HR guy will do some sort of CTC format, this and that. This is not happening, right? This part I'm not undermining, but without doing what is the job content, what is the must and wants. One more example, I'll tell you. Sorry, I have to keep telling you all this example. I was once in Delhi, was a CEO. My boss is from Doom School. Okay, he always had that bias for public school, Doom School. To him, public school means nothing less than Doom School. He will compromise CA or MBA for a Doom School guy. Must and wants. Somebody from a third BA or anything study from some of the colleges, especially finance guy, CFO. Somebody who knows the total technicality of function, right? Hello guys, am I clear to you? Hello, online students,
Yes,
are
sir.
you audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay.
You're audible.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, done. Thank you. So he would always get lost. And especially, 2 years time, we must have sacked 4 CFOs. Because I call it in recruitment, must and want. Want could be a good English speaking skill, good software skill, and all those kind. For a CFO kind of guy, I don't need an accountant. I don't need a costing guy. I don't need a bloody auditor. Okay, I need somebody who has raised money through public fund or a bank, networking. See, my concept is very clear. When I work like today as a CEO, I'm ruthless with people. Okay, the way I talk to you, more than that, I want a CFO, not a babu, not an accountant guy, not a tally guy, right? I want somebody who can get me 5,000. You know about this Jecto guys. How much money they raised? Short time. I want some CFO who can get me 5,000, 10,000 crores at a cheaper service cost, interest cost at a quicker time. not making my life miserable, or getting in a service not paid and things like that. I want that kind of skill set. Please.
Can you close?
Yeah, please. I want that kind of skill set, right? Not that somebody worked as an accountant or a DGM accountant, GM accountant for 20 or 30 years, or a CA or MBA finance and all. It doesn't make difference to me. Yeah, obviously somewhere you may need a CA finance, MBA qualification, but that's not an end of it. So what I'm trying to say is, HR really starts. Can somebody help me? The computers. Yeah, if you don't mind, you put up the chat there. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to say is that HR can be a long-lived HR once you start working prior to HR. Prior to HR, I said job content, job analysis, job description, job specification, KRA fixation, KPA fixation based on balance scorecard, all those kind of things. If you do it, then the chances of whatever 4 cases we explained and whatever you have gone through or will go through will be eliminated. So the recruitment failure means what? Nobody is fortunately counting it. How much money you lost it by recruiting a guy, placing a guy and going and giving somebody an opportunity business card. Nobody's working at it. And especially in case of expatriate. Now every company is a global, right? There's nothing like Indian company. I mean, there's no need to talk about global company. Every company is international. And whenever an international, there's an expatriate. 55% still expatriate failure. Because HR guys not worked on prior to HR. Now, what is after exit? I hope you are going the right path, right? Okay. Now, what is after exit? Full and final settlement in time. Okay, great.
After exit process like documentation and if any employee assistance is required.
Yeah, exactly what you said, documentation and all those things are necessary, which is called transactional HR, which I'm going to fetch you.
Yes.
Okay, transactional HR. What is important? Are you serious enough to get the pulse from that guy? When an exit interview writes something, are you ready to listen? Or simply giving a feedback form and getting yes and bad and close it? Is he able to give you a comment on your HR policy, HR process, HR philosophy? Are you able to take it and go back to your policy and rechange it? Do you have that courage? Are you transparent? Are you willing to look at your HR? What you are saying, see, everywhere, wherever you said, including Madam, what she said, you are too good at doing mundane, clerical kind of HR. Like I said, finance guy, I don't want, I mean, please don't mind when I say accounts. That is important, needed in its own way. But when I say finance, that will not help me. I mean, I'm not saying that accounts will not help me. Everything will become chaos. Okay, but when you're looking for a finance guy, what accounts guy will help? If you talk about finance, there are 5-6 areas. Accounts, finance, taxation, secretarial, compliance. What do you need in finance guy? That itself needs a serious thought, right? Suppose you look for a flight. I had one other example I can give you. X company, you are also having 6 or 8 aircraft, small. Okay. And when there is a vacancy for a pilot, how will you go about recruiting a pilot? Then I test all of you. You are all experienced. I have 4 or 5 aircrafts, 6-seater aircraft, 10-seater aircraft, 4-seater aircraft. There are 2 pilot vacancies. How will you go about recruiting? Sorry?
Check the flying hours.
Okay, great. Great. So you will check the flying hours. Okay, great. What else? Well, see, at least come to the right one. So I'll give you a scenario. There are 2 candidates. One candidate with 15 years of experience, with only 1,000 hours of flying. Another, he has got only 5 years experience, 5,000 hours of flying. Which one will go for? Somebody with more flying hours, right? Okay. Now, second thing is that now you and I was involved in the process that normally when you go for a pilot, somebody short service commission, retired from army, all those kind of places with fairly young, 40-45 years, with a lot of experience. Will you recruit? Good flying hours, worked in a good cultural setup, age is fit, gone through various training. Will you recruit?
We can sustain this.
That is all culture. Technically, he will not fit with you, which I have learned only from my boss. Somebody who can fly a small aircraft can be trained easily to fly a bigger aircraft. Somebody who always flown a bigger aircraft can never fly a small aircraft. if according to him that they easily come and nose dive it. So what I'm trying to say is that in my language, in recruitment, you are looking, definitely you should look for must and wants. That's a language I use all the time. What is technical must? What is the cultural must? What is our fitting must? What are the skill sets and things like that? So now we come back to the after exit. After exit means people leave. Leaving, we can take leaving in a very positive manner, in a learning manner, but not a transactional manner. I give a form, you will fill it, something and close it. Are you taking that exercise clearly? When you go to doctor, what the doctor does? I call that Sheffield model. Diagnosis, prescription, implement, evaluate. Then from evaluation, again, go back to diagnosis. Diagnosis means you go for a fever. The doctor is supposed to see, find out fever is due to what? Malaria, viral, whatever it's called. Then give some medicine. Then you are taking it. Then you are taking the feedback. It doesn't work and you go back. Similarly, when this is a very good source, which is hardly used effectively, it's used in a transactional kind of manner. So if you use it properly, you will really look at HR policy, HR process, HR philosophy, employer friendly kind of things, and then try to make my HR can become a competitive source, pillar for delivering the business. Okay, that is what I mean. The HR should take it that one. So if you do all those kind of these two, then HR becomes a capital. Like your technology, your finance 10, your supply chain scorecard. Can HR move from a simple transactional function to one of the, when you sit in a board meeting, board of directors, there is a finance director, there's a HR director, there's every director. HR director should be able to put the legs up and see up or not. Up or not. How it's possible? Finance guy can come and say, like I say, oh, I raised 10,000 crore last year through that kind of, through share money or whatever money at a cheaper rate, all those kind of. How this guy can be proud? He has to be proud, right? Otherwise, people look at you. Well, the last 10, 15 years only, people are sitting in HR director very well accepted. There's a lot of this thing. How many of you, most of you from IT, right? There's a person called Vinith Nair. Have you heard about him? Vinith Nair. He's a HR. He started in HR. Now he is today a big guy. He written a book, first book called People First. Okay, that book has a big hit in Harvard. Normally, Harvard guys don't take our books. So Vinith Nair has come with the right concept. You take the right competent people, right skill set people, give them right role clarity, give them right training, retraining, engage them properly, give them the best competency mapping, and take care of the, all those overall needs satisfaction. Their output is going to really take care of the consumer, our customer, our cost reduction, our innovation. If that takes care of your business is taken care. So what he was trying to say is that people first. Take care of the people. People first doesn't mean that give them a nice chair and office and salute them and things like that. Overall cumulatively. So all those things are possible once you look at it. Then your HR becomes a capital. Then HR becomes whatever words we are using it now. Industry they use sometimes talent management, sometimes human capital. I usually wonder. I used to ask this guy, what do you mean by talent? Is there anything different from recruitment or anything different from a training? I couldn't get this. Many cases I meet, a lot of my juniors are in good position. I ask them, how do you guys name it? What is the difference? It's a fashion without understanding the intrinsic meaning of it. So all certain done. What HR scope of HRM is that HR should not be taken as a simple star nuances, which is needed, which I'm going to touch. But HR should be able to take it not only from entry to exit, HR should be given more weightage before entry in doing all those, but then only you become more professional. And also after the entry also, you take to change the policy. So at the end, by doing the whole thing, you have right HR policy, HR right process, right philosophy, right approach. This is what HR scope and time definition. Are we clear? At the end, HR should be a pillar. HR should be a source of competitive knowledge. HR should not be a staff function alone. Are we clear with that second function? Are we clear or not clear? Second. Now what is next? Now, when I say HR, what should be the outcome of HR? Recruitment? Training and development? No. That's all only needs. Like I said, HR directors. Suppose take one, buy one. Viacom has got 3,000 employees, marketing staff alone, and they're working in 10 countries. Okay. Now tomorrow, the business head comes and say that I want to expand to another 4 countries. I want to expand my turnover from 10,000 crores, 20,000 crores. He talks business. This guy should be able to talk that same business. If you need 100 people, right place to meet your return, it will be done. Recruitment in that term, whatever you want it to take care of the 5 countries to meet that kind of return, I will provide. Then he can also put his leg and see next to that. Otherwise, you will sit like that. I will not do that. Then one side you are, this is all again happened. I was consulting someone. One side, now they have extensively recruit marketing. There are separate VPHR only to handle the marketing team. Because they have 3,000, 4,000 only marketing, starting from a trainee up to the vice president, sales and marketing. Now, one side the pressure is on you to recruit thousands of people at various levels. The other side, so you have to recruit the right people and put them on board and take them on. If you do it, you are really contributing to business outcome. 2, the attrition. One side you are busy in recruiting. The other side, your HR policies are so nonsense. 30% attrition, you are bleeding. So what will happen? That guy business head will blame you and ride on you, and you will play a game and get out. I would have done the business. The HR guys are not giving me people. Right? So the HR guys proactively, sir. Am I talking sense or not? Well, guys, I hope, sorry, I walked a little further. You could hear me now, whatever I said?
Yes, Professor.
Okay.
Yes,
I was talking about HR should not talk in terms of my job is recruitment, training and development, compensation and all. That's all it means. When you have IT program, finally you write a big program. What is the T value? What is the F value? What is the correlation code? That's all we are interested, right? When you do a result, I want 4-5 figures, not the 10-page result. Obviously, this has come through the 10-page result. Your 10-page result is what? Right recruitment, right training and all. At the end, like I given an example. He wants 1,000 people. I should be able to give 1,200 people. In fact, right people, right salary, right kind of. If people doesn't mean that I'll give whosoever I feel. Again, I'll talk in terms of quantity, quality, time, and cost. What kind of quantity of people? What is the quality of people? In what short time I'm given? At what cost of recruitment cost? Then I talk business, right? Otherwise, recruitment, Rama. We here in India, all the time, Rama. We don't understand. Okay, this guy has to give, yes. I have given 1,000 employees quantity, all quality with the right kind of job description, job specification, relevant experience I given. Correct, na, sir? I'm talking. And within 2 months' time, I ordered them. I have not spent more than 40 lakhs recruitment cost. Done. Then I can have my chin up. I can have in the board meeting going nice, not only put my leg out. Other side, attrition. You are busy in recruiting people, and your HR policies are somewhere something is not correct. So your attrition, the industry attrition rate is 15, your attrition is 25. Why attrition taking place? Even one industry I noticed. At the time of joining itself, attrition takes place. You talk about all analytics and everything. I try to wondering what is the reason for attrition at the time of joining. This HR guy is not sorry. Initially itself, they will not give the kit. They will not give the traveling allowance. And these days, the new generation guys, no, they don't need for all those kind of things. You went there in recruiting to Hyderabad, Delhi, Pune, everywhere, the kind of will, and you put them back and you recruited the best through written test, quick recruit discussion, all those kind of things. Fit. Finally, put them, and 15, 20 years, the guy doesn't know where to go to look for his kit or a salary. Attrition takes place there. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, HR should be able to deliver, talk in this language. How I'm adding to productivity? How I'm adding to quality? How am I able to reduce the cost of operation by less people, more training, more skill? So unless HR speaks in this language, now you can have a look at this kind of words: production, profitability, wealth. How you say, how you can. So you don't even think externally, right? You think HR recruitment. Anything goes anywhere, how do I concern? You have to mute, come.
They need to be, they need
No, no. Hello, guys, mute. You come here. Tell me some pattern, mute everybody. Hello, guys, please mute yourself. Respect ya. More than 100 people's time, 3 hours. Time is money. Take the participant, then we mute. Oh, you changed everything. Yeah, you mute everything down. See, mute all. Down. Here, sir. Yeah. Now, how you go back to PPT? Okay, let him figure it out. It's his setting. We are not concerned. So, the HR guy should, unless they talk in this line, I am here to improve productivity, quality enhancement, customer satisfaction, cost control, improving the resistance to change. Am I talking sense? If I talk in that language, I'm improving the capability of people, and thereby I'm trying to create HR as a pillar, strong pillar. Then only HR becomes. So these are the words, for example, productivity, cost optimization, innovation, expansion, scaling up, employee engagement, all those kind of things. When he talks about it, then this is the HR. When you talk HR guy, they will talk in terms of my job is, in job description also they'll write it. Recruitment, training and development, compensation. No, that's only a means. Your outcome should reflect it here, and at the end of the day, you should deliver that I improved the innovation this way. Please come and measure. How did I improve it? Quality. Not that it talks abstractly, subjectively, I'm doing recruitment. No, I'm sorry. Damn it. Nights are, before I took charge, night shift used to be always production was less, raw material got wasted. Come and prove I delivered it. It's not that you have to check. I am demanding you, I delivered, come and check. This is the language HR guy should talk. Then it will be more objective, not abstract, not subjective. So you deliver and make other people measure me that I deliver. Like marketing or finance or anything, I also do. Then HR can come and this. Then only HR can be long. Are you clear now? Only 3 concepts I was trying to try. What is the perspective? Net and long. And we have to move. There's a lot of scope. HR can really do wonders, provided you get to the other side. Okay. Second thing, we try to talk about what could be the basic definition of HRM. And for an example, nothing you have to read book. The book is there, Harry Tesler, PPTs are there. In my exam, you don't do only 5-6 slides I will cover up. Go through it, that's enough of it. Okay. Because I don't teach from book. Your book is there, Harry Tesler. Book is in the LMS you can take, and Harry Tesler's got 15 chapter PPT. That's also there. You're most welcome to it. But as far as when I set the question paper, I'm an autograph. You can know that. No, why not? I set the question paper, I evaluate. Okay. So I'll set question paper only from what I taught. It's reasonable, right? Not that from any bookish kind of English. So it's good for you, easy for you. And so all these things will be shared. The questions will come like what are the dimensions? How do you think that long live HR can really add value to the business? How HR can add value to the business? Okay. What is strategy HR? What is transactional? These are the questions will come. And it will be fun. If you are attending the class, there's no need for you to go. Okay. If you don't attend it, then you'll have a tough time. Okay. Okay, now it's clear now. Now, the 3 points we covered so far. Any questions? Are you going all right? Or we are going from here to there? All right, no. So only three outcomes we are trying to do. Okay. Now, sorry, you have to change from that. Sorry, dear. We'll give you extra mark in your interview. Okay. Change. Go. Again. Yeah. Start. Now, this is a major. Why people, now the fourth learning concept, HRM dimensions. This you have to understand clearly. Okay. Now, what is transactional HR? HR has to cover all this and much more also. Okay. Now, what is transactional HR? Whatever you named so far, all the transactions. Like you are giving a feedback form at the end, or you are keeping the attendance sheet, You are keeping the salary register. You are sending the returns to all the department, PF department, labor department, company law department. Correct, sir? Sir, can you say something transactional? You are the boss here. You are the expert. What's your name?
Dixit.
Dixit.
Mohammed Dixit.
Okay. You tell us what is transactional, sir?
One of things are now,
Not a lot of things we want items.
starting to put, for
Guys,
example.
you be here with me. I've been thoroughly brutalized in terms of objective, numbers, achievement, scorecards, key result area, key performance. Nothing less in my body. Unfortunately, I've been trained from the age of 30 and 28 years age. I got my PhD. That also grilled me. That's why IIT PhD goes in. Everything subjectivity, matlab ki, cause and effect, conceptual. That has come. That's why my wife sometimes tries to divorce me. Because see, then I manage that also by giving a lot of money to him. A lot of traveling. Okay. Otherwise, I talk every time, that's not good in personal life. In business, it's okay. But unfortunately, I've been trained that way. All objectivity, scores, matlab ki, cause and effect. COPPA, corrective action, preventive action, what next, corporate planning, these are all the things only we go. So I had a tough time, twice, I escaped, saved myself. And that also strategically I managed, making a lot of money to spend for it. I said, go travel, do spend whatever I think. So that way I taken care of it. Now I think she cannot, we are too old. I don't think she can divorce me. I can divorce. Okay, I have grandchildren now, so they will take care of me. I have one nice granddaughter, and my granddaughter bullies me a lot now. She, my language, she talks. She's not only I guess she's an American sister. She said, Tata, you are a too selfish guy. You are not playing with her. You are working. You're making money. You are not supposed to do all that. You come home, take me to school, bring me back to school. She talks sense. When I look back, what language, like good grandfather, granddaughter, right? She said that why are you, what you are doing is happy to you. You are getting a kick, you are doing all this kind of thing, but you are not doing our job. Anyway, come back. No, what is transactional?
One of these attendance report,
One is attendance. Okay, one.
administering test,
Administrative test, two.
start the offer letter.
Issue offer letter, third. No, no. Okay, this slide I want you to understand clearly. Then only you will understand at the end of the class, yes, HR can really do well. You said attendance, you said recruiting process, you got conducting interviews and things like that. All do some kind of work. Payroll processing,
Performance management.
conducting tax and paying the tax, sending the HRIMS record maintenance, and sending all the returns to the various department here and there, and then leaving the insurance in time. Okay, so like this, there are 10 kind of things. Okay, now what should be the percentage of HR guys spending time on this kind of transaction? What is the time they are spending now? And I was a group director HR of one big plant. I asked all the plant guys, how much time you guys are spending on transaction?
Majority, 80% of the times.
20%.
How much time they are spending on transactional, like whatever we listed?
20%.
Huh?
20%.
20% they should spend, or they spending?
They should spend.
I'm not saying they should spend. How much by and large you are thinking that?
Majority, 80% they are spending.
That is why they are head. The very simple answer to that data challenge is that 80% of the time they're spending only on a transactional, whatever we listed now. Number one. I don't mean transaction is not important. Always I twist all my examples. Transaction is very core, very critical. I have not reviewed insurance in time. Something happens. What is impact? Serious, right? Some insurance, a plant or even individual group insurance, I have not reviewed. Lethargy or some regular. Hey, transactional job only, na? It's not that easy. Very critical, very core. But it is not enough. It cannot be more than 25 to 40%. If you're spending happily, that 80%, 90%, I'm doing extremely good self-appraisal. You not think in that line. In the self-appraisal, you think I'm doing extremely well on HR guy by spending 80% of your time on transactional. Correct or not my observation? Hello guys, online student. Here I want your participation. What is
Yes, correct.
transactional HR?
Transactional.
I'm not undermining transactional HRM. At times, very serious. The omission of transactional HRM can be, like, you're paying like companies like IBM, 5 lakh employees working in 10, 20 countries. You wrongly process salary or wrongly deduct income tax. Is it a serious one or not?
Yes, that is serious.
It is a serious.
Very serious, right? Or
Yes.
like I said, that you don't renew the insurance in fact. Something goes wrong. It can be serious. But transactional can also be outsourced to a large extent with technology and outsourcing, right?
Yes.
And I said 30 to 40% should be, and that 40% also, you have to only supervise and ensure. Payroll processing, insurance, everything can be outsourced. Technology plays a major role. Correct. So instead of using technology, and then make sure, again repeating, you cannot make even a, like Six Sigma, you know the Six Sigma, no? What is Six Sigma? Sir? The quality standard. Your failure cannot be something. They say a joke, na? Okay, sir, you are allowed a certain failure, na? Probably 99.6% I have to be good, 0.04 or something can be failure. Okay, so somebody said that whenever a delivery takes place in the hospital, sir, so 0.4 child falls down and dies, it's okay. Is it okay? So similarly, transactional HRM cannot be taken back. But the full point is that you are spending the whole time happily, lovely, the 80-90%. Then who will do the other jobs? So now the first we are talking about HRM dimension. One is transactional. You should know what is all transactional. You should know the importance of transactional. You should know HR guys cannot afford to spend between 25 to 40-50%. That's all the line. Are we clear? Yes. Anybody wants to agree or disagree with that? Online student. I said transactional is very, very critical, bread and butter. Important.
Yes, agree.
We cannot compromise on. But
We agree with you, sir.
It can be outsourced, it can be done very well through technology. Third, I said, you cannot spend more than, say, for example, I get 80 lakh salary, HR head, and my down guys are all doing that thing, offered again HR, GM, and VPR. How can I get respect now? So I cannot deliver, I cannot tell you to come and measure me. Are you getting my point? All the guys are fortunately getting a big salary these days. Like 3 days back, one of my research students. 3 days, exactly 3 days back. His name is Khan. He's doing his PhD. He's a PhD. He's working for Excite in Malay. He called me, sir, I'm not happy with the job. You have to get me a job. I said, what happened to Khan? Sir, they promoted me in September. They made me GM corporate HR. I said, what? They gave me good salary also. I was getting 35 lakhs. They made it to 42 lakhs. They made me GM. And I said, what happened? Then whom you are reporting? I'm reporting to the boss MD. Then everything seems all right. We don't know, sir. I don't like this corporate. I want only sitting in the plant. I'm doing the transaction thing. Exactly happened 4 days back. I said, you are already 58. You are getting a good job. And if you go out, nobody will give you 20 lakhs. Correct? You may research student, fortunately or unfortunately. An advantage of PhD. I said, you are doing PhD and you have this kind of thing. You have to change your role, right? Because the culture of doing transactional, he has been working throughout in the plants, Excite batteries plants. Throughout, he was looking after canteen, bus, security guys saluting him, bus contractor saluting him, canteen guys giving all sorts of small gifts and things like that. And he goes around, people saluting him, contractors, contract labor saluting him. He thinks like he was a CEO. When he moved to corporate, as with the respect and GM based on that itself is wrong. Again, entry to HR. When you are promoting somebody, from that you lost him there also, you lost him here also. You know, this is all HR approach. That guy, he wants only that job. He doesn't want increase, he doesn't want designation. Now he is desperate to leave the job. I have to hold you, take care of your kids. The moment you leave a job, you may not get a job. It's not that easy to get that kind of things. So what we are trying to say is that the transactional is that's important. Now this kind of like I've seen many industries, like for example, take our industry, our education industry. There's a director, Dr. Maharaj. There are three kinds of roles. There are an administrator, called dean, director, or chancellor. There are professors. Okay. Now, normally in the past, what they used to do is they used to take professor as a suitable candidate to be shortlisted for the administration. 80% of the time it has been failure in all the IIMs. I'm closely associated with IIM. Professor role is different. Being a dean, vice chancellor role is different. Vice chancellor of an IIM or a director of IIM, he is not supposed to come to the campus at all. He is supposed to be traveling abroad, networking with all the best of the hardware, Ivy League Institute, collaborating with them, getting accreditation, scholarship, and things like that. Like Khan. These guys, once you become professor, you will go and sit on the professors and heads and review them, allot the courses, seeing the attendance. That's a transactional job. And even industry has seen people from a chief engineer or a chief chemist promoting to the profit center have gone. You lost him as a technologist, you lost him as an analyst. Okay. Now, transactional aspect is clear to you guys. What is transformational?
Adopting the new technologies.
Value addition.
Adopting. Again, you guys have to come specific.
Value addition in the sense, people development.
Right. You come value addition in terms of what?
People development, competency development.
Okay.
Formatting policies.
Okay. Okay. Let's say employer friendly, effective, contemporary, best of the industry policies. Okay. Agree. I mean, every industry policy may not suit every industry. What is the difference between, for example, McDonald's? Will they go for a strong recruitment, detailed training, big salary? They will not. Their business model doesn't support. They are, how did they start? They started wherever they can get a cheap labor in terms of students near the colleges. That's where they started. They thought there's no big job description, there's no onboarding, nothing like that. And the guy 2 hours teaching, put him on the job every Friday, we pay the salary and get lost. Even today, it's forced. Apple. Now, all those big companies, Apple, Facebook, and everybody, they are fighting which company is paying more joining bonus. You know that. Second. Third, Google says, I'm recruiting, I don't need your CV. I know where the hell you are, whom I want. I don't have to recruit, apply, and go through that. So how the ceiling is? So can I apply Google's policies here? Or can McDonald's pocket this thing? Or can Apple can do that kind of things? Try to go by McDonald's kind of, will not give it. So every company has got a policy which exactly suits their business model. One. Two, there could be a company going through the life cycle. Initial company, startup company, grown company, dying company, getting wind up company. What kind of HR will go where and where? So you need to have a right, prudent HR policies and procedures. Like for example, Reliance and Tata, what is the difference? Same post, Apple to Apple comparison, same skill set, same kind of stress levels, kind of work. Reliance may be paying 100% more salary. Okay, I'm just saying hypothetically, Apple to Apple kind of job, Apple to Apple kind of skill set and stress level, all this level. Okay. Reliance may be getting 50% of more salary than Tata. The employees will opt for which company? Tata's. What is the attrition of Tata's? What is the attrition of Reliance? Too much. Reliance doesn't mind, like I said, the pharma industry doesn't mind paying people 2 crore and sack them by lunchtime sack. Tata, my friend was at basket, but he was in Titan CEO. Retired. Krishnan retired. They all take them up to the level of board. Join, goes. So what is the policy? Look after them, train them, not pay a big salary, reasonable, decent salary, good benefits, lot of common benefits. Because long term, lot of children's good education, good hospital, good transfer, secure job. At the end of the day, there is somebody written that we are talking a lot about HR, employee engagement, this and that. but we lost one big concept, employee security. The first job itself, the security itself is not there. Where is the point about it? So what I'm saying that HR policies, process, everything, it's not a copy paste. It is not that you can do what you want. You have to discover what my company needs. What company can, like take here, for example, take IM's professor. IM professor sometime 1, 3, 4 some month of a semester doesn't have to teach anything you want. IM can afford. IM has got an HR policy. There are 3 levels for a professor. You teach, you research, you do institutional service. 3 domains. You choose and decide. And some month, one term or 1 year, you don't want to teach even a single hour, you are allowed. But you have to give research output. You come with 2 books or 5 papers, or you represent international universities. Can this kind of university afford that kind of policy? So teaching driven. Okay, that's the best policy. In the world, best universities are run by research-based teaching. Ivy League schools like Wharton, Harvard, anywhere else, why they are not? They are all research-based teaching. The faculty come to, like the way I come and talk to you, we don't go by bookies alone. They have to do research, they have to go through the best practices, then they do. So that takes a lot of time, at least initially. You cannot just read 1, 2 books, go through the PPT, like English literature professor, come and read, teach you guys. But can the policy suit it? Yeah. The point here is that how we are going to work out what he said. How are you going to work out a relevant HR policy, procedures, philosophy for the company, which is considered the transfer, not copy paste. Somebody is doing some training, 10 hours, I will also give some training on safety. Somebody is conducted some employee satisfaction questions, I will also. It doesn't suit everyone. Like I told you, companies, various levels, some companies getting winded up. Will I do a lot of training and development there? Our companies expanding. Will I not train people? Will I not pay the more salary? So you have to work out a kind of HR strategy, HR policy, HR process one. What are the other transformations? Name few. Transactional, you have 10 points, right? Tomorrow you have to write. Name 10 transaction HR activities. You should be able to write. I hope you are clear. Okay. Now, what are the 10 or 5 transformational activities? Online. Can you hear me now? Power is off.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Yes, we can.
Now I want you guys list down 5, 6, 10 transformational HR activities. You know what question I'm asking? Question is to all of you guys, right? Now, give me some answer. Why I have to break my head? Break your head also. You're all smart guys. Somebody is standing and shouting, they will shout, we'll hear his nonsense for 3 hours and break lost. Come on, give me transformation.
Based on the situation, HR should adopt bringing the technology to the organization.
Okay.
Like,
Right kind of technology adaptation to the organization. Good.
example is, for example, due to COVID, prior to COVID, all the employees go to organizations. So for login and log out, we used to have the biometrics. But now all are working from home.
Right.
So to measure that login hours, the HR is implemented this the other technology by outsourcing to online login and log out, the online monitoring. So based on the situations, also should adopt the HR should adopt the technologies.
Okay, that could be one. That's a very good point. One transformational, making use of the. We talk about analytics, artificial intelligence. Everything have to be aptly, rightly used for empowering the employee to deliver better. Right? That could be one transformation. 2, we already talked about working out the right kind of HR policy which suits my company. What suits Tata will not suit Reliance. What Reliance does will not suit Tata. What McDonald's does, everybody cannot do. Okay. 2, what else?
Market research, aligning employees with the market.
You can market research in terms of seeing your compensation package. People leave for one reason is compensation also. Are you able to every time analyze and understand competitors' compensation packages? What best, what innovatively I can take care of employees' compensation in terms of taxation and things like that. Okay. Now, there is a concept called best employer. Have you heard about it? Maybe after this thing you can go through it and come back. What best employer is doing? There are best employer in India, It's Canada, global, American. One or two times, the best employer will become best employer because they give a lot of learning out to people. A lot of posting outside their country. So now the third transformation could be that you think in terms of working towards best employer. Unless you think with a target, even if you do 20% of that, I want to become somewhere near to, you get in industry so many accreditations and things like that, right? Similarly, work towards that. Now, what is PCMM 5? You are all IT guys, most of you, right? Best employer concept you have to go through after you come back there, lunch, after the break. And then you also go through this one, what you call it, PCMM 5. What is PCMM 5? Quickly, all of you go through. You have all of your mobiles, right? Just all of you go through what is PCMM 5. In between, I have my water. PCM, people capability maturity model. What is best employer? Both things, both of you go through. Online student, go through who is the best employer of Globe or Canada or India, why? Two, what is PCMM 5? Wipro is supposed to be PCMM 5. Why they become PCMM 5?
Professor,
Yeah.
the second question, could you please spell once again?
People capability maturity model, PCMM 5.
Okay.
Wipro is PCMM 5. I want you to guys go through, read, understand, and discuss my class. I can give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You do your own research. Understand why they are best employer. They are best employer in India, best employer in Globe or Canada, US, whichever one you take. Or better you take Globe best employer. Then only you'll be able to understand this. If you understand this concept, clear this slide, you are through with the channel. So can we start? Who is the best employer of India, US, UK, Canada? Have you seen? Samsung, South Korea, the best employer. Okay. Google used to be best employer. Facebook used to be best employer. Who are the other people? Okay, now why? Huh? Why? Okay. IBM has been the best employer? Third place. Huh? Who's the first place? Samsung. Samsung. Okay. Globally. Okay. Now let's stick to Samsung. Why they are called best? They must have done something right, not only transactional job. Right. Why? What is that they have done it to become a best employer?
So the financial health is very good.
Oh, that is fine.
Strong reputation.
Okay.
Our employees having attractive something.
One thing you are saying is compensation.
Yes.
Compensation is attractive. Okay, good. That's by and large.
Workplace culture is very good.
Work culture is different. Meaning what? Work culture. Flexi work time. Or you select your own workloads. Flexible work role. You can offer like units of corporate unit or one function or another function. They're giving you opportunity to have a job rotation or job match. Through what else?
Less attrition.
Less attrition due to that. They are best employer, that's why less attrition. I'm asking the question, why, how they become a best employer? Like you said, probably compensation is the best.
They invest heavily on the training and development.
Right, learning and development. I told you, it has been coming continuously for the last five years.
They also invest on innovations, larger innovations.
Innovation is incidental, but they are each employee, training and development. Suppose you are working for my institute. So I was IFI was a director in the next institute. All of you know. We used to send one or two faculty every year to Harvard. Continuously for 3 years, 2 months. If you give that kind of thing, faculty feels okay. But how many people will take the choice of spending money and time on it? Number one. Number two, on the employee, it makes a lot of difference. A professor who cannot afford to go and study in Harvard continuously 3 years, 3 months, right? The time, money, traveling, everything. And when he leaves tomorrow, he carries everything. And he can, throughout the life, he can say that I'm in Harvard. So that is what. Now, again, there's a question is, many people, that's called investment-based HR. Many people question why HR should spend money. People will leave, like the way I said. The professors will leave. Why have to spend money on his Harvard studies or the Michigan study or a Wharton study? But that's what we believe. Let them go. One thing is, people are not likely to go. What is strategy? What is the meaning of strategy? What is the difference between management and strategy? Those we'll touch next. Strategy meaning is that deciding what not to do first and deciding what to do. Deciding what not to do first. We think the strategy means doing everything. Here and there, here. Like for example, Apple phone, they decided they don't want to come into the lower range. They always want to keep on increasing the price. The price is going on from 50, 60,000. When I see today, it's 1.5 lakh, right? There's 14 or 15 and all. They are going increasing. They are never coming down. So they have decided what not to do and decided. So now here the second, coming back to Samsung, which is relating to our transformation, heavy investment on learning and development, right? Training and development. What else? Compensation, role clarity. What else? Employee security. I don't know whether they give.
Yeah.
They give. Yeah.
During the pandemic, they have employee security was there.
Yeah. So employee security. No, these are the fundamental things like today Tata is doing it. I don't think anybody else. Few companies are doing it. But other people, they are not bothered about employees, right? They talk about all hi-fi HR, employment, competency mapping, employment, all those kind of things. So third, what else? What else?
Successful execution of HR policies.
Execution of HR policies to be, like for example, there are upscale. You can sit and you watch yourself, everything. Your leaves, your entitlement, your benefits, and all those kind of things. So, employer-friendly kind of execution of policies, or maybe even flexible. You take sabbatical leave. You are given 1 month, 6 months, 3 years with half pay or full pay, that kind of thing. So, provided you could, like here, we say, professor, they do some kind of book writing or this thing. Some sort of thing is given. will be best time. Here also they give, but not that level. They cannot afford to give everything else. So now what else? So transformation means you work beyond transactional. It could be shaping employees' capability more in terms of training and retaining, providing policies which employee feels at home. Now, Monday they come to office, they should feel I'm coming to office. Not that the hell I have to go through because I have to make some money. So make, the role clarity is there. Bosses also should know to take work out from the people. There is a saying that people don't leave organization, leave the bosses, which all of you must have gone through, even I gone through myself. So maybe the transformation could be in terms of training and retaining, job rotation, international exposure, HR policies, employee-friendly policies, competency mapping, employee engagement. What is employee engagement?
And say what's open to receive the feedback.
Employee engagement means it has come from this word called satisfaction. Previously, they used to call employee satisfaction. Okay. Satisfaction, are you satisfied with the job? Are you satisfied with the compensation? Are you satisfied with the boss? Are you satisfied with the purpose of the role you are doing? This all comes under employee satisfaction. Now they gone one step ahead called, which is a contemporary topic in HR, right now, employee engagement. Probably when you do capstone the fourth semester, that's a very good topic for doing a thing on employee engagement. Where there's a particular tool which most of the multinational they use, Gallup survey. Just have a look at the mobile. Gallup survey, GALLOUP, Gallup survey. Due diligence of employee engagement is by and large done by most of the multinational today by using survey called Gallup survey. Which just have a look at it 2 minutes. Then this could be one of your topics when you go to the fourth semester for doing your. It's those guys who are doing an HR project, not the other guys. Have you heard about this one, Gallup survey? No, HR guy, you should know. Huh? This is very, easily used everywhere. Are you getting it or not? GALLOUP, Gallup survey. This is related to employee engagement. So transformation means you try to spend a lot of time in using this kind of tools to understand where the people are there. Have you heard about the concept called Maslow's hierarchy of needs? I don't know whether Captain touched it or not.
Yes.
You touched it, no? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, people basically work for food and butter, then shelter, then good role, then security of job, then finally, today I'm doing it me. Probably I'm happy to chat with you. Otherwise, I don't have to travel and sit here. Every month when I'm traveling extensively, I don't want to come and it gives me happiness. So how many people, when they work, get into that extreme one of it? I remember one of the bosses in Birla, they said in an HR conference, in the HR guy, you make 10% of my employees highly satisfied. Simply said, all the HR guys, they had a big conference talking blah, 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 blah. He's used the word the chairman only 2 seconds. We 10% of my employees become highly satisfied. They are satisfied with the role, the purpose, the jobs, the compensation, your policy. Then your job is done, my job is done. That comes under transformation. So you work on Gallup survey and employment. What is competency mapping? Competency mapping is putting the guy's skill. Everybody's got a skill. There's a concept called whatever I'm saying, please note down. The theories will forget it. Theory X and Y. I use the word Gallup survey, competency mapping, employee engagement. Okay. The theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Then I use the word called theory X and Y. Okay. What is theory X and Y? Which all Captain will cover up in the overview. Theory X believes that people don't need to be controlled, biased, monitored. They don't work. Theory Y is quite opposite. So today you are moving from that scientific management of theory X to theory Y. People given a right role. You give a wrong one, like call. I give you a call. We can laugh at it. For him, at least on one side, I should appreciate it very clear. I don't want big discrimination, I want a big salary, I don't want to report MD, which is ordinary people who like it. I like what I did. Okay. So that kind of things. So vice versa. You send people like me to sit in a plant. 10,000 workers are working home. So will I be happy? Looking after the canteen and security and people and all. I go back. I will try the plan to be president. Not the kind. So there's a fitment to it. So theory X and Y says Y means what is the Y concept is that everybody is capable. All of you are capable, right? Otherwise, we're not sitting here. You worked hard, you cleared your 12th, you cleared your degree, you competed for your job, you're surveying your job, you're contributing, you're making money. It's not that you don't have potential. Everybody's got a potential. So that everybody feels happy in contributing. The second theory of the theory was everybody feels happy. That means why that somebody is paying? Not themselves. The bosses, the CEOs, MDs, and HR guys. When you go by this theory, then everybody's potential, right? I agree with you or not? In this room, who is not potential? Who doesn't have a value? Value means you're intelligent, you're grasping, your ability to solve a problem, your ability to take a decision. All of you have, right? If you don't have it, you cannot sit it. You cannot be called it a 7%, right? So all of us have it. Value, competency, skills, abilities, maybe little here and there. Somebody can speak well, somebody cannot speak better. It doesn't make much difference. They're all that is called peripheral competence. The core competency, all of us have, which means by theory Y, when I can give a right role. That is what comes KRAKP fixation. Have you heard about the word KRAKP? Yes. So all of you in the middle. What is KRAKP?
Key responsible areas.
Key result area. Key performance indicators. That makes your job easy for you to be clear, for assessor also to be clear. Where we have, otherwise too vague. Job description is a vague. When you bring down to KRAKP, and like I said, KRAKP could be in terms of quantity, quality, time, and cost. What is to be achieved? What is measurable? Like for example, take KRA of HR department could be recruitment. That's one KRA. What will be the KPI? 3,000 people to be appointed, quantity of KPI. Okay, 3,000 people to be appointed in 2 months. Time KPI. Not more than 50 lakhs spent in recruiting the people. KPI, all one by one. Quality is that all 3,000 people's job description, job specification, return test, group discussion, committee, all the quality parameters have been taken it before recruiting. Are you getting my point? So that is what we call KRA KPC, which itself is done properly. It will be grand successful for HR, and no company can fail. Maximum problem comes in, we don't spend time in while at the time of taking recruitment or during the promotion or even doing that. We are not clear about carrying. We don't have to write a big lengthy carrying. Just keep 3, 4. Okay. So all those things comes under your this one transformation. Then while talking about carrying, have you heard about the word called balance scorecard? Whatever I'm saying, please write it down. So I'll not just remember. What is balance scorecard? Where from this concept has come? I'll give you after 5 minutes, I'll give a break. Okay. What is balance scorecard? All of you are in industry 10 years experience. Okay? These are the contemporary demanding concepts in manufacturing. Basic concepts. Okay, what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to tell you guys. Please pick up all these points in the very plan. What is balance scorecard? Go to, I will not. I'll tell you what is balance scorecard, but you just have it. As I started the class, each class, the terminologies, frameworks, models, right word, go to pick up. I'm sure by now you must understood, right, how the things goes in your MBA education and therapy executive. I will not be teaching the same style to my fresh MBA. In fact, frankly speaking, I don't go to teach them. Unless they come to second year, first year I don't teach them. I may go for first lecture, more serious subject. So that level would be different. What is balance scorecard? Kaplan and Nartan. Online student, are you getting? Am I audible? Kaplan and Nartan's balance scorecard, KPLAN, NORTON. Online. Online students, am I audible? No sound.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, go through Kaplan's balance scorecard. With this transformational, I'll give you a break. Then we'll take the other 2, 3. You got that 4 quarter, right? Financial, learning, customer, governance. Yeah. So whenever some KRAKP has to be fed, for everything there has to be model. Again, KRAKP cannot be set based on your common sense. No common sense business at all. There has to be extensively based on the models, concepts, frameworks. In fact, this is going to be a second assignment, preparing KRAKP by some 10 positions. So all of you got it right. I'll explain. You will not be able to understand. Balance scorecard are 4 quantities. What are those? Finance, customer, and learning. What is this concept of come? You know, suppose I am a very shrewd CEO. Okay, I'm working for a company. They say that we are variable pay so much, provided to improve our profitability and turnover. Improve the profitability by 10%, profitability by 20, turnover by 20%, your variable pay. I'm a smart guy. I will achieve that. My KRA KPI is that then that it's at only one-sided. I have to ensure as a CEO increasing the profit turnover by 20%, profitability by 10%. I'll do it. I know CEO's life is very short. 2-3 years, I'll make a big money and get lost on that. What is wrong with it? Tell me.
Sir, nowadays the organization growth should be measured not only in terms of profitability.
Right. That is why the balance scorecard is. They want to see a cumulative, holistic kind of competition. In this case, what I will do is, I will not spend money on branding. I will reduce all the expenses so to show the profitability. Okay. I will not spend on people development. I will not spend on new market development. I will not spend on brand development. I will not get all those kind of expenses. I'm a smart guy. No? 2 years, you see that KPA, you did it wrongly. You do it, I'll get lost. So the Kaplan and Nathan, they come to the concept. Any company in the past also, when I was a CEO of the we always used to get a balance sheet, profit and loss account. We will see what is the profit this month compared to budget, up to this month compared to budget, what was last year, what is the deviation. 90% of our time will go only on that. Finance, even now here, like I said, transactional finance is very key. In 1 quarter is written finance. Finance is the key and critical one, but that is not enough. Like finance, what is the scorecard you get it? Turnover, ratios, profitability, growth rate. You know, there are different ratios on there. The equity ratio, profitability ratio, payment ratio. So many areas. Similarly, what are the scorecard for customer? How many new market, old market, new market, old market, new product, new market, old product. You know, you have that 4 or 5 contacts. And what is the brand expanded? What is the consumer acceptance of brand? All those in the scorecard should come. Like the way your profitability turnover ratios comes, here also the scorecard should come. Coming to learning and development. How many hours of learning and training and development I've given? What is the kind of safety and development training I've given? You know, that kind. Governance. Today, everything is governance, ethics, and corporate social responsibility. Today, US and all, they are not seeing the balance sheet only on that. First, they are seeing your corporate governance. That becomes first one. What is the environment degradation? What is the pollution degradation? All this kind of. For everything, there's a thing. So what it says that when you are trying to fix a KRA KPA, first of all, one should know HR guy should spend time in fixing a KRA KPA. And second, you should know what are the tools and best practices available in fixing a KRA KPA. One of the best tools is balance scorecard. Because suppose you take HR, like I said, when you do finance, how is contributing to finance? Like what we discussed, is contributing to finance by getting the right kind of people, 3,000 people in time, or reducing the attrition. He is able to contribute to the finance kind of thing. How is contributing to the market? Is he able to have more customer centric kind of training and development, or more kind of marketing development of kind of training? He does it. Then HR is contributing to market. Each one has to contribute to all the four. So what is that? That's a tool available. Many best practices are available. So HR guys becomes like a big doctor, big CEO. Then only he can become a long. So to make it short, what is transactional? 10 you say. What is transformational? You do competency mapping, you do KRA picking, you do employee engagement, you give role clarity, you work out detailed training, you work out the right kind of structuring, organization structure for it. One learning throughout my life, I can tell as a CEO for 30 years, is that having a right kind of organization structure in your mind. Formally have one thing. Informally, you should know there are a lot of youngsters like you. I cannot publicly announce you are working next to that very old vice presidents. But I know in my mind, I am making your job work like a vice president. Though your designation is maybe executive, assistant manager, I have a spark in you. So the thing is that, are you able to have a simple structure, matrix structure? So now coming back to a transformational, how you are going to design a structure, structure, how you are developing a culture, how you are doing employee engagement, how you are doing that market salary compensation package, how you are providing people, learning and development, how you are reducing various initiatives to reduce your attrition. This is nothing concerned with the transactional, right? Maybe some activities may be related. So if people concentrate more on that, say 40% on that, 30% on it, do you think that are we going somewhere nearer to long live HR or not? Don't tell me, huh? No, going somewhere long, right? Minus of this thing, what? Even doing extremely good transactional, very much needed transactional. So then all the way you people looked at each one, don't say openly, useless guy, the professor is also useless, we're talking about the chat. That was a status, right? Now at least you come to a little bit. If you do, is it possible to do it? Is it necessary to do all this kind of thing? Yes or no? It is necessary. Then only you are equal. By doing all those things, this can drive every function. It can drive finance, it can drive supply chain, it can drive production, it can drive quality. Because everybody gets a right role planning. Everybody gets right kind of training. Everybody gets everything. So everybody propels. So who can drive? You have the right. You have not the right, you have the opportunity to be a mentor and doing all this. You can do mentoring. Many are going to start mentoring for the extent. So this all comes under transformation. Now with this thing, I know you are good guys, good students, good children. Go and have your tea and come back after 15 minutes because we have to touch all the things. I hope let us try and complete today. Is it going all right? So how many concepts? We only can touch 3 then. Maybe we count through some 5, 7 terminologies, and that's all. At the end of the day, if you see, it will not be more than 7. That's how it will learn. This is how American accredited institutes are teaching these things. At the end, where did you start? Where did you learn? AOL, assurance of learning. Have you learned it? What you learned? If you're not learned it, you are gone, I am gone. Okay, guys, all the best. We'll see you after 15 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
You had your tea, coffee or no? Nothing was there in the canteen. Actually, not only. You drink good tea, you will not lose your hand. Correct, man? Ask the guy what he wants. You support my theory or not? Yes, I want him to drink more tea, but I'm also involved in tea marketing. Okay. My brand is 2737. And we promoted 3 months back and thank God for that's why I wanted to do more. Where will we get? Hello, online students, are we back?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now to make it short, transactional, you know the examples. Transformation, you know the examples. This question is going to come pakka in your exam. Differentiate between transactional and transformational, or merchant view transactional or transformational. I hope you are clear. Now, next is what is strategy? Are you returning? Strategic HR. What is strategic HR? How it's going to be different from transactional and transformational? Okay. First two is very clear, right? Now, what is strategic HR? Sir, HR, what is strategy?
I'll go to the example, sir.
Good go.
One strategy we have tried done was work on the hiring plan. For example, for this year, this is the budget. This will be we have to do this. So I believe this comes under
Recruitment strategy. Okay. So we will not be able to answer. Let me tell you. First of all, to understand strategic channel, you have to understand strategic mind. To understand that, you should know the difference between management and strategy. Okay, what is management? All of you. Input versus output. Put adequate input, get a good output. And use all the 5 M man machine material properly so that you get an output. Or input management is logical. Do everything. Oh, sorry, madam, you started. Okay, no problem. We'll repeat. We started with strategic channel because we are not going to discuss anything more on transaction. I think you should know, or you should. We don't know how to do it. We're going through the lines. Now we touch strategic. Okay. To understand strategic channel, you have to understand strategic management. To understand strategic management, you have to understand the difference between management and strategy. If you ask you to explain the definition of strategy, what should I do? I know you will not be able to hit anything. Okay, give an attempt. How do you define strategy versus management? Management, I already explained to you. Input versus output. Give input, get maximum output. Use all the machine material properly, get the maximum. Right? Okay, management is logic. Do it in such a way, don't do wastage, stage, and all. That's management, right? Management getting the art of being done through people, blah, 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 and get out. That is management. It's logical. Then what is strategy?
What not to see.
Yeah.
Means to achieve. Okay. That is not management. Input output is optimized management, right?
Execution.
Execution is not management. Another management is planning, organizing, staffing, coordinating, control. That's also management.
Vision executive.
Huh?
Vision executive.
Vision executive, yes, to some extent. Again, management, let's keep simple. Planning, organizing, coordinating, staffing, control, all you must study. Input versus output, management. Managing man machine material is a management. You are doing everything in a logical, common sense manner to get the best out of it. Let's say wastage is management, right? To make it simple. What is not covered here, which is started.
Like, how do you counter a specific?
And there is an article called, please note down. Excellent article you should read. What is strategy and how it is written by CK Prala. What is strategy? In Harvard Business Review, it's easily downloadable. It's very old, free. Written by CK Prala. Excellent article. Read it, and you will understand. Now I'll tell you. What is strategy? That's management.
Then why?
Huh? CK Prala. Coimbatore K. Prahalad. He recently passed away 2 years back. He was one of the top known professors in the world. CK Prahalad. Okay, we should all be proud. He's an Indian. We should all know who is CK Prahalad. Right now, CK Prahalad. We should know the terminology, know the people. Right? So he has written an article called What is Strategy? Long back. Excellent one. You should read. I think he's given 40, 50 examples. With an extensive consultancy for best of the market. Please read that article for a life changer for you. Go, it's a very good one. Okay, come back. What is it?
How do you counter a specific problem?
Sorry?
How do you counter a specific problem?
How do you counter a specific problem? Okay, now between Samsung and Apple, who has got what strategy? Both of them they have production. Both of them they have HR manager, finance manager, everything. Both of them they know the best of the management. They have both of them all those. Who has got strategy? What is the strategy of Samsung? What is the strategy of Apple?
In Apple, they stick to their product, improvise their product rather than getting into multiple area of things.
Okay.
And Samsung, they actually into multiple because Android was not the best strategy, but still they're into different.
Who is competitor to Android? Sorry, Samsung. Everybody. For M1, C1, up to iPhone, everybody is competitor to Samsung or not. 2,000, 5,000, 20,000, 1,40,000, everybody is competitor. Who is competitor to Apple? No, no, almost no. That is what strategy comes. When I said management, I said I use the word repeatedly logical. I don't know if this noticed it. Strategy is a risky choice. Now you come to this back again. What I said, Samsung has invited competitor from everywhere by not having strategy from strategy's point of view difference, which I'll tell you. You can also say, sir, this is also strategy in the different market. Not that is not the right answer professionally. Normally people will say, okay, sorry. Not you, I mean normally people. So after all of you know that, almost no, or if it is a 5% with Samsung somewhere at the top. And do they bother about any competitor, Apple? So they have a distinct, unique, high-word, not care. I'll sell through my only shop. I have the best of the product. I'll charge you high. I will not come down. That is strategy. What does it mean? What we told you theoretically. That is what Prahlad Sabe concluded after 25 pages, when given the definition of strategy, deciding what not to do. Then decide what to do. Apple decided, I will not get into multiple sales outlet. I will not get into all the segments. I will sell only in my segment through my shop, high price. This is not good or bad. This is not logical. This is my risky choice. That is strategy. I understood the meaning of strategy, nothing to do with plan of action, meaning and all that. It's a totally different one. Now take McDonald's and Subway. What is the strategy? McDonald's is giving you food which can spoil your health, should spoil your health. That is a strategy. Enjoy, get lost, what you do. They cannot come and give you fresh juice along with that. When they do it, they are nullifying the strategy. It is known. I will give you food which you like it, enjoy it, have a Coke and this, get lost. The moment they try to bring in kind of this thing, they are gone. Subway, healthy food only. Okay, that is strategy. Honda, I was really only 4 years back. Honda car is known for petrol engine. Right? Long. I don't know what went reserved with those guys. 3-4 years back, they went into diesel. What was the effect? Big failure. They eroded all the strategic life which she got through her life. This is the effect of strategy. Are you getting my point? I hope you are getting my point. And then nutrition of soap, when they started selling, you have the right to sell anywhere. They said, no, we'll not sell anywhere. We'll sell through medical shops, recommended by doctors, we create a value for. In all the 4 examples, you must be seeing, stick to your own core competency. They Honda messed up. Honda from that kind of company. Now, the competition, I don't think anywhere they were there. Even, Honda seems to be overtaking everybody, right? Otherwise, Honda is where? Honda is Honda, right? Very reliable car, good car, known, very best, long-standing enough. Because of strategy, mess up. Now, are you getting a point of strategy? So, strategy means you have to be very clear. The another thing is business model of a company. You take a Dell laptop. They used to buy and sell. That is a business model which is very good strategy. For example, HP, they used to produce and sell it, their business model. That is against strategy. Please keep all the examples clear. I may not be able to keep it because the SHRM comes in accordingly. Okay. The guy who was going to deliver a Audi car. He's also going to deliver a car. He will be in a put suitor. The guy who's going to deliver a Alcasa or some other Vertica car. He's also going to deliver. How will you recruit this guy? How will you recruit that guy? Recruitment is same. HR is same. Are you seeing strategically different approach here or not? Are you getting my point? The guy who was to deliver a car, Lambasi or Audi, high-level car, 1.5 crore car, because you are coming to take a delivery of the car. What should be my competency? Or you being an HR, how will you recruit me for that kind of strategy? So he should know what is my business, what is the kind of customer I'm dealing with it, what kind of competency I have to look for. And similarly, if you have to look for a guy who's to deliver a Vertica car, this guy's salary, can I afford that kind of salary to that guy? Can I copy paste that kind of thing? Are you getting my point or not? So strategic HR means you have to understand business strategy of the company, business model of the company, which fairly comes under 3 strategies. Right now. Cost leadership, differentiation, niche.
Come again, sir.
Cost leadership. Differentiation. Second. Niche. On the Audi car. These 3 are the rest of the strategy classified by Prolasa by doing 500 companies of consultants. Companies will fall under this one. Like for example, we talked about Audi, which cost leadership could be Maruti 800, i10 and all those kind of. Differentiated could be Fortuner and kind of things. So you take any product, take a watch, fast track watch, Rolex watch, somewhere. So take anything, take the Elizabeth Allen, cosmetics on top, fonts and all low. So you have by and large all the products and service comes under. We made it very simple. That's what we have saluted. I don't know how much consulting we done. We finally given a very good, nice platform. Hey guys, yeah, companies will come either of the category. Whether you call it cosmetics, car, or anything. Now you tell me, does it come in that scale or not? Either a cost leadership, or a differentiator, or a niche one. Recently, we added 2. That is collaboration and innovation. So basically 5 strategies. Take any company in the world. Why collaboration? Airtel with the other one, V1, Are they collaborator or not? They are collaborator. Today's world, you will not be able to succeed unless you collaborate. And the fifth one, they come up with innovation. You see anybody? How many of you heard about Fortune 500 companies? Have you heard about the concept called Fortune 500 companies? So previously, 10 years back, Fortune 500 company means like Apple, Google, or XYZ. They used to be there every day. Now, of late, last 5 years, those guys who have been Fortune 500, they are not in the list. And those guys who have never been Fortune 500. Previously, you know, I have to start a business, I have to expand it, and then I have to go global, then I have to go no. Either knowledge-based industry, become immediate Fortune 500 or nobody. So that what comes? Innovation. So now a company, you are dealing with them. Fast leadership company, like McDonald's, you are an HR head, or big textile industry, you are an HR head, or your Apple, Apple also they have different divisions, quality design one, or even in pharma industries also, you have manufacturing one, research one. Okay, so each one you know, where does it come? The same Richard, same scale, recruitment, training, and everything. This side you put cost leadership, differentiation, and everything. How will you go? Will it come out? I hope I'm able to explain to you guys or not. The selection of a salesman, or recruitment of a guy, or fixation of salary, or even PMS, performance management. For example, pharma industry, the guy who is a PhD holder in pharmacology and all, there are hundreds of people working on that. Can I go into performance management every 6 months with that guy? He will kill you. They are already bad guys. I see. If you go before you go to the plant now, I was setting manufacturing as well as that. You have to be very careful to go meet the guy. Anytime they'll try to park it on you. They'll say, you guys think that we are not doing? Maybe the experiment will go through door, you cannot do that PMS. On the same side, salesman. Can you wait to do a salesman in the sense even up to sales manager or VP, head of the sale? Can you wait to have a PMS after 6 months or 1 year? No. Every day online. Can you wait to see a profit and loss account for months? No. So what I want to say is, it looks, if you work out on a big Excel sheet, for each one, recruitment, training, and everything, there are hundreds of best practices. What kind of job analysis, what kind of care fixation, what kind of this thing, how it will fit with each one of this company. Cost leadership company, are you getting my points, or all the more you understand? Differentiated company, how will it train? How much training I will give? This is one way of looking at it. Are you clear with it or not? You don't have to really understand, just have an idea. This is a very detailed discussion. The other thing is, this concept is one. Go by this 5 cost leadership differentiation. Accordingly, you pitch your HR activities. The amount of training, the amount of selection, the amount of PMS, the amount of compensation. Like I said, the first example, the guy who's going to present will be same presenting. But his salary will be much more, right? His salary much less. And you know, this guy I'm told I read since a book. Suppose this guy is coming to take a car worth of 3, 4, 5 crore rupees. He's supposed to research on what kind of perfume smell he likes. What kind of music you would like to be put loaded, first he will listen. What kind of door sound he wants while it closes. That guy does that kind of research before he delivers it, not simply calling a pandit, ding, 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 all this, take a photo. No. Are you getting me? But can this kind of content be there? The cost will kill you and you know that. The kind of cost that any product for the low-end product, profitability is so less. I mean, take item or that kind of cost, margin itself maybe 5,000, 10,000 rupees. So they have to compromise on salary, compromise on training and development, everything they have to take care of. If I go and adopt reserve there, I'm gone. Here, if I go and adopt put a mediocre kind of guy, that guy will not even, he will not take the delivery. He will say he's another mad guy. He will say, no, I cancel my this thing and do it. Psychologically, emotionally. So that is where strategic charm, one angle you work on that all the time. The other angle is that every organization or service go through a life cycle, which again your market engagement teams. Have you gone through life cycle of a product or a service? You know, it starts initial, it goes grow, it's matures, it declines. Well curve kind of thing goes, it's called life cycle of a market or product or this. Where does your product? Like companies mature. maybe your recruitment activity is less. Out of 100% activity, you devote 10% for recruitment, maybe 80% for training, retraining people. Initial stage, maybe 80% your strategy is what? Again, strategy is I have a resource, I have a time, where to invest my resource and time. That is another definition. So in the life cycle, when HR has got 10 functions, strategy guys put this year where I'm going to focus. More on PMS, more on recruitment, more on retaining people, more on relieving people, more on taking care of IR. You know, that is another approach for SHRM based on the life cycle of a product. So that's a two approach. So basically, what does it mean? Focus, you have to understand, not invert. First, HR guys should forget about their HR and all. First, understand what is my company business. I heard about story, somebody left a spectacle in the class, in the optical. Somebody, the guy took all the time to send that spectacle to somebody to go and deliver it. You know, that kind of customer response is needed. So the HR guys should be able to understand how strategically the activities, again, there's nothing different. Recruitment, training and development will remain same this angle. Within each one, you have hundreds of best practices. If you take famous one, what would be 360, 180, MBA post office, online office, role clarification. You have number one, but like a medicine, you cannot give antibiotics for every medicine, right? You cannot give a fever different. So like this, SHR means you have bundle of best practices, and then each one should be aware of it. So you are aware of the best HR practice is one side. The other side, you should first know the business. What is my business? What is my business model? What is the strategy of my business? Are they into cost leadership? Are they into differentiation? Are they into that? Accordingly, I will pitch my HR activities. Are you clear? Clear or not clear? So here, you will say HR is HR, but the way you take it, the way you conceive it, the way you deliver it, the way you do all the HR functions will be totally different based on SHR, which is now picking up a lot. The guys who are into SHR are getting highly paid because he has to thoroughly know what should be the competency of SHR. Okay, now again go through. There's a professor called Dave Woodrich, DAV. ULRICH. Sir, somebody come and help me, sir. Whatever we covered, we run down before we go through. DAV, ULRICH. He is supposed to be the guy who created this term of SHR. He is right now teaching at Harvard on whatever it is. He is number one guy in HR fraternity in the globe. In India, there are two people, Professor T.V. Rao. He was Ahmedabad ex-director. Professor Uday Parikh. These are the three people you should look at the articles and things like that. Okay. Now, sir, go back. Transactional, these are some of the idea which all know. Next, sir. What next? Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. This model is that both. When you talk about strategic HR, this is the best model. Again, I'm repeating. At the end of the class, models, frameworks, terminology, that's what matters. When you talk about SHRM, please go through it, then I'll explain. What else, sir? Just go. You go up only, then they will. No, this is already done. Yeah. No, go back to that 4 quarters. No? Yeah. When you have to explain strategic HRM, he explained it very well based on the basic things I given you. Yeah. You can stand here, yeah. I can hold, man. I can stand for 3 hours. You can stand for half an hour. As I told you, I already give you extra marks on your internal assessment. Not only your whole group will get it, okay? Additional bonus. Okay. Come on, you read and tell me.
So strategy, in short, can you say that the collaborative work of the vision and objective of the company?
You will, once you have a strategic thinking, clear intent, strategic intent. I'm very clear. I want to be only on innovative products. Take about 3M company. All of you know about 3M company, no? You know that what is their vision, mission, and objective? Innovation. Solving an unsolvable problem in an innovative manner. Okay. You know what they do? Suppose they have 100 companies. All companies are doing extremely well, profitability, because they have a good product and things like that. Suppose there are 10 companies whose product has become not so innovative. Other people copy it. That company is still making profit, they'll sell it. Because they want to stick to the strategic intent of my mission, strategic intent of the company, solving an unsolvable problem in an innovative manner. So, first 400. You got my point? So the SHRM guys have to understand business strategy very well with different approaches and model. Then if they make the way they can. I mean, unfortunately there's no book in that way. Like I say, no, take an Excel sheet, put all HR, recruit. There are this 10 function will remain same. Under each one, work out best practices. Put all this customer leadership, everything. Where to work out a model mapping between Excel. I'm thinking for the last 1 year, I'm not doing. Because I know how to do, but I don't have time or I'm a lazy guy. I'm as a CEO myself, my life takes it. So I'm not, if somebody wants to join with me, then I'll help it. I'm telling a lot of my research students to do it because it will not, you cannot copy from anyone. No Google will give you. You try and let me. You need somebody like me who can guide you and work in that line. And all of you can work it once I do. Anyhow, come back. What is strategy HRM? Read that and tell me. Have you got all of you this one model? SHR means he's a top guy. When he says strategic partner, which I already explained, you design your HR activity, HR resource, HR time to be invested based on the strategy of a company. Then you become a strategic partner. Correct. Company is dying through cost leadership to survive. You are going for hi-fi training and development. You are going for online best of the software for PMS. Are you doing the right thing? No. But when it comes to Apple or anybody, if you don't increase the joining bonus compared to others, can you survive? So SHRM should be a strategic partner to the business strategy, business model, business which is totally external. Otherwise, HR will say recruitment. I will issue an advertisement, I will call preparing up an interview letter, issue appointment letter. That is internal. Nothing I'm saying not needed. That is in its level, it's not of importance. But when you think strategic, that is one. Two, what is change agent? When he talks about strategic HRM, he says that HR guys should concentrate on the 4. Before I coming there, yeah, to take about change agent. What is change agent? Most of the companies, organization structure goes for a task. Designation, position doesn't matter anymore, right? In Google company and all, even Captain Sen, the boy is 2 years experience. He did his must for years. The kind of salary the position is getting, you cannot imagine. Meaning the young boy, what must be age? Is it 27? And the guys who like me who are on his top position wise, when he comes and sits in a meeting, talks like that, will I react to that or not? Yes or no? If not openly, inside, change resistance. Lower level, any level, technology can be changed, your software can be changed. When you change the structure of organization structure, so far you are a VP marketing. Like again, I told like Khan only, you change roles. What Khan is going through change resistance, right? Khan is not understanding very good opportunity for him to contribute and scale up. That's why I call that guy. Tomorrow, come here, I'm not looking for a job. I'll tell you something. I'm going to tell him work on preparing HR manual, work on preparing competency mapping for 10-20 key people. Work, undertake 1 or 2 Gallup surveys. I mean, when I was in Kerala, one young trainee, like MBA student, she's come and did Gallup survey with the marketing guys and come and give a presentation. That was hit in the board. You know, young girl with just an MBA joined as an internship. And now she's with Adani's good position. I'm talking about 10 years. All that she did in a jokingly like a student will do. She took a Gallup survey questionnaire, she modified it, 1,000 marketing staff she given, and she has come and given a result in the meeting. It will become a hit. So similarly, calm can do lot. Now, the problem is resistant to change is invariable at every level anywhere. You cannot run away from it. But how HR guys can understand, confront, handle effectiveness of it, which is going to be one of the core competencies required for a CO and the top HR guys. If he's not able to handle change management, he will fail. There was one recent survey done it, which are the competencies required for a CO. 2 competencies is come. One is that ability to understand, approach, face, confront, and handle change. Resistance will be there. You have to handle it. You cannot run it. 2 is handling the frustration. I mean, the competency, core competency of technically or business and strategic, and that's all different. They said that adequate skill competencies, this guy doesn't know to handling the change man. You can always blame. People are like that, so on, so on. But don't take it. You have to face it. Or frustration, you have to handle. So what we say, HR guys need to work out a lot of structural change will take place, expatriate taking place. Now you are going to work there, your salary level may not match that. And those guys come here, they make a better benefit. Resistant to change will be there at a human level. I'm not talking about change because of your technology or change. That's easy to handle. Handling the human resistance because of leadership change, or your designation change, your structural change, your cultural change, your policy change, which will take place. See, at the end of the day, I'm talking all this thing, I'm a businessman. I am doing all SHRM, strategy, HRM, supply chain, everything for what? Sustaining a business, growing a business, taking to the next level. If you HR guys, etc. guys contribute, very good. If supply chain contribute, very good. If you cannot, I will say bye-bye to you. Because I have to survive myself. If I don't do, I cannot survive. Correct. So which means that change agent becomes there are 2 more things right now. There's one concept, very good book has come called Blue Ocean Strategy. Blue Ocean Strategy. That in nutshell, actually, it's all a very old book. Blue Ocean Strategy is doing something like Apple. Literally, what they said is that when you go to ocean, in the side of the ocean, the color will not be blue or clean. It will be shavy, reddish, and all those things. What he said is that that side, more fishes and other people are there to eat few things. So the fight is more, blood is come. Meaning by he said, when you go to the market, which is a low kind of product, not unmet, easily available product, competition will be more, you will not be able to take on well. If you go further, like Apple, you concentrate on the product, you kill the competition. Redundant. So you have to make your personality also blue ocean strategy. That is a book written by that. I'm not remembering the author's name. Very good book. Please read it. Okay. Now the change agent. There's one more article. Harvard article. Take Kotter, K-O-T-T-R. Because all this thing I cannot teach in depth. You have to read. Kotter's 10 principles of change management. So you can go through right now, starting with urgency of change. Kotter's principles of change. That's again, whatever I'm saying is Harvard articles. Just go through Kotter's change management principles. K-O-T-T-R, Kotter.
So this change in this kind of adaptability also.
Suppose you are a CEO or a HR, working with 200 of people. There is bound to be structural change, policy change, cultural change, your designation goes for a change. So people by nature resist to change even if it is not affecting them. They are afraid, they are fearful, insecure. So that is going to be predominant in any business. Who will handle that? HR guys should own it and handle along with the CEO, right? Nobody else can handle that. HR guys have to own it. K-O-T-T-R, Kotter's change management, a blue ocean strategy. I don't remember the author's name, blue ocean strategy.
The book name called Change Management.
No, change management principle. You just go to Kotter's change management. The book is, I told you, The blue ocean strategy. Quarter change management is a Harvard article. You can easily, it must be coming, right? Once you write quarters, KOTTR, quarters change management. 9 principles or 8 principles? 8 principles. Starting with sense of urgency, having a coalition, celebrating small win, like that will go, right? For 25 COs, I conducted one full day seminar on millions. First 11 o'clock, they said, no, change management, 4 o'clock, they said, it can be done provided you go step by step, put your heart and soul to execute it. The problem is we don't want to understand, learn, and then believe, then execute it. We are all surface, right? So now, the second role strategy HRM has to own. Change management is my baby, let me handle it. Then you are doing a strategy HRM job. The other thing is when you talk about employee champion, there are lots of best HR practices, bundle of practices. 180 degree, 360 degree, employee engagement survey, Gallup survey, competency mapping, best employee mapping, role clarity mapping. So you HR guys should be aware of that is where you are expert. So far it's all like any other leader or any other manager. Here you have a chance to exhibit your own specialized knowledge. So the number of bundle of hundreds of HR best practices for each one, like I'm telling you, like a doctor, this guy for the 10 domain can come up with at least 300, 400 best practices. One, you should know that practices. Two, you should understand. Third, you should know where there should be about. Like for example, 360 degree. What is, have you heard about 360 appraisal? Do you know any basic things about 360 appraisal? When you do appraisal, there's a new concept called how do they appraise now? You are an employee, your boss appraises, or at the most your reviewer appraises. That is a problem. 360 degree is supposed to, you are supposed to be assessed by 360 degree. Your junior, your colleagues, your supplier, your dealer, everybody will appraise. Now, you cannot do 360 degree with everybody, every organization. The organization should have been already developed to that level. You know, you have a high-fi research oriented organization, high-fi education oriented organization. There you have that kind of maturity reached. So just because I know 360 degree, I'm going to use it. In an organization where even the boss supervisor himself doesn't know how to take work from his subordinate. He himself cannot assess properly. Correct. How can you expect other people to assess? So when you know, but and have you heard about this bell curve assessment? What is bell curve assessment? Have you heard about GE company? General Electric, right? They predominantly use bell curve. What is bell curve? It's a forced curve, meaning by suppose you have 100 employees are working. When I take assessment, irrespective of all best performance, I have to put you all in bell. Some 10-20% is distinctly, highly oriented. Some 10% is I don't need that. Though their score could be out of 100, maybe 80. I'm getting my point. 3 users heavily also. Okay. IBM also I can use this. Now, good and bad after. Good thing is that why they are using it here, even the best of the people have to be done as a bad performance because it's a forced curve. Out of 100 people, some people, when I was a student in 1982 in IIT, we had this relative assessment system there then. Now you people are not going through relative assessment. Each one of you get a whatever individual score 60. So we are also liberal, 60%. We distribute like laddu to you guys. Okay. Relative assessment means out of 100 guys, I have to fail 10 guys. Even your performance is 70 marks. Okay. And I have to give only 10% of the guys distinctive score. So that can help. So now can you use that? So best practices you have to use. I cannot use in manufacturing organization. G is using. I can use, like I was in IFIM, where I was a director. That guy, the owner, Mr. Sanjay Patore, he was a big fan of CE. We had 50 faculty. He wanted to use that. I told him it cannot be used. Number one, you need like IBM 5 lakh people. Or Apple, they have lakhs. Apple want fresh, intelligent people to be in. So they can afford to do away with 10% of people, again bring in. That is a clear-cut strategic approach. Okay, Apple wants 10% of the people should be fresh, people should come in. And then I have large number of people in my case, 10% people should go out. That is the concept. But we cannot have a 50 people, 50 professor I have. There can I use bell curve? It's very difficult to get one professor and go with proper quality. So we should know where to use which best practice. First of all, you know, what are the best? I'm not saying bell curve is not good. Excellent for quality. Apple and all cannot survive without bell curve. Apple's one of the best success could be due to bell curve assistance. They never bother. Even little mediocre we don't need. The recruitment itself, all IIT, IIM or Harvard kind of things. Afterwards also, when they come there through means, all the time they want on the top quality innovation. They can afford, they need it. But can I use in this kind of university or a small, textile unit or some unit where I have 50 kind of managers? Gone. So what I'm saying is, this guy should know the best of the practices and then know where to use, how to use. That's again strategy. Strategy is in another words, I told you, I have a resource, where to use, how to use. How do you use my resources? How do you use my time? I cannot be doing anything in the way. That's management. Okay, now the last is administrative expert like anybody else. You have to be logical, you have to control the cost, you have to have a common sense. In other words, you have to be clear-cut manager. Are we clear with strategy HRM? Clear or not clear? Any questions? If there's any question, please let me know.
Sir, you mentioned about the welfare appraisal.
Sorry.
You mentioned about the welfare appraisal.
Yeah.
And you have mentioned a couple of companies there. What are the drawbacks you have seen in terms of
First of all, the company's number of people to be assessed in welfare should be quite large. It cannot be small, 40, 50, 100, 200 people. If you do welfare, it's a catastrophe. Two, the company is very clear head like after quality. When they leave 10 people, they are not bad people. They will get maybe 50% more salary by the competitor once they get to leave for you. But for me, consciously, I don't need. I want the super premium guy. They're doing it strategically clearly.
How are the employee response?
It's culturally taken, announced at the induction itself. 6 months, welcome. Because it's not that I'm doing my whimsical, my business strategy, my vision mission is super quality. Fit. Super quality, I cannot compromise by giving even 2% mediocrity. I'll pay the best of the salary. I'll select from the best of the bespoke. I will give best of the training. I'll give best of the facility. Now this guy again, Captain's understanding on the 15. Google what they're doing. 2 years experience, why? They given it first class traffic like that. Since he has come to here, he said, I'll stay with my parents. They given the guy $1,000 gift to be bought for the parents. How they go to the level. Otherwise, he's entitled to stay in a hotel. He said, no, I'll stay with my parents. He said, okay, if you're going to stay with your parents, $1,000 gift for your parents. First class parent. So they are willing to do anything, everything. Are you clear? It is called fit. What we do in strategy HRM, we do some of the mediocre companies are we want to do best. So we go to the best of the institute to select people. Very good fit. We also pay the best of the salary, very good fit. 2 things you can write. We put under a useless guy who doesn't respect all these things. Correct. The fit has become unfit, right? Correct. Your motion is good. I want the best of the people, so I go to the best of the places. Like the other day I talked to this guy from one of the company. There's for our internal student placement. They said, no, we recruit only for my business. Yeah, okay, you are right. And they also pay good salary. 1 fit, 2, I call it fit. So that is how the other started HR. We teach the whole salary. So you see 3, 4 fits very well. You did a very good free entry of HR, very good job analysis, job history. You selected the best of the guy from the best of the place. You conducted the quality of the fit. You paid the best of the market salary fit. All you did it, Very expensive, highly invested. You also given him excellent and onboarding. That's one. 6, you give it to some useless guy at Bath who happened to be old. Internally, he's got a lot of resistance to this guy. Unfit, fit to become a broker. So then, your horizontally, your SHR is not taken care of. All the best intention effort up to here 6 fit because of one unfit kills everything. That I think should be next case study. How vertically you have to do strategy channel, how horizontally you have to decide. What we discussed to a large extent is vertical. I have to pitch my HR activity vertically to cost leadership or differentiation or anything. Horizontally also the way I said it has to fit. Otherwise, you waste your energy, time, money. So employee champion, efficiency expert I told you. So I hope now you are all clear to you guys. You'll be able to, because there's no book, there's nothing like that. So that's all slide information. You should remember yourself what is transactional, what is transformational, what is SHRM, and whatever I said in between, read it. Done. Now what is left? Is it enough, HR? Go back, sir. IR. No, people are going to IR. What is IHR? No, I'm not going to IR. I'm going to IHR. Huh? International Human Resources. Okay. Now 3 you are clear. Are you clear or not clear? Please tell me. Because each thing is related and with different dogs. What is IHR? Why I am talking about IHR? What is different from domestic HR, strategic HR, and IHR? Why there is a need for IHR?
Diversity, different regions or employees are conducting the activities.
Like Wipro, which is PCM5, which is working 60-70 companies. Apple must be producing in China, designing in US, marketing in US, getting finance from. They are also working in fairly company and the best of the employees. Or IIT, IIM, Harvard, all those people are. Okay. So it is most of the you take all the top companies. They're essentially global or international. Previously, when I was like you guys, we used to talk about global. Today, I think it's other way around, right? 90% essentially they are global. You take all your companies, it must be global or multinational or international or somewhere else. Okay. Now, if that is the case, then what kind of HR difference will be there? It will be there, it's going to be there or not? Like for example, Wipro has got a branch in California. 100 people are working there. In the 100 people, some of you guys going and working there, you are called expert here. Okay. Some of the California local guys working also there. Some guys from Pakistan or London is also working. Now you got the international HR. Employees same 300 people, but you have 3 kind of people. Wipro, California, from India, so out of 130 people gone. Okay, I'm working there. From the home place or the California itself, some people are there. So which we call it PCN, HCN, right? Parent company national, home country national, third country national. Sorry guys, if you're going beyond this topic, okay? In any case, I'm saying, PCN. You go through it in your own name. PCN. It should be there somewhere here. Go. Next. PCN, HCN, TCN. Third country national, home country national, parent country national. So what I explained has got all the 3. No, it must be there on the top. It's anyhow leave it. It's there on because they didn't bring this. Yeah, it's here, no? No, it's where is it? The last is the transaction. No, that's PCM of prayer and after. Okay. Next. Try and see. No, there must be one IHR on slide. Go. Yeah, it's here. So when I deal with IHR, 3 kinds of employees, PCN, HCN, TCN. And when you go from here, you are called expatriate. You know the expatriate failure? 45 to 50%. And if you know what could be the impact of expatriate failure to the business, you can imagine, right? So that means HR guys should take the lead of how do I handle IHR. And handling those different. First of all, you should understand what is the HR, what is the implication, what is the mess, what are the challenges, where I'm going to be. First of all, he's going to deal with all three concerns. Somebody from parents, somebody from home country, somebody from third country, all the guys are going to work. And expatriate failure, suppose I send somebody from here to California. The major difference, the difference between domestic and IHR. In case of domestic, you are working for my company here at Vietnam. I have to deal with you only. Your recruitment, your training, your compensation, all those. When I make you an expatriate, I have to deal with the whole family. The whole family becomes my baby. Because the family is training, family is cultural adaptability there. Because whatever they do, this guy will go mad. Correct now? If I have to make him happy and contribute, I will take care of the family. And was morally responsible. So 40% of my time goes in between domestic to this one. I have to get a greater involvement family. It's the safety, the security, the education, the cultural adaptability, the language preparation before going. That itself becomes a big job for IHR. If you don't do it, this guy is going to be failure picture. That's what I said. The recent report is around 40 to 50% expatriate. You will go stay there. You take a lot of time in selecting the guy, grooming the guy, sending the guy, a lot of transportation and all other. Forget about transportation. He comes back, that post become again big. So that is one issue in the this is one has to take care of expatriate failure. The second IHR major issue is cultural disparity. See another one. Hofstede's cultural one. HOFESTEAD. Hofstede. HOFE. You don't have pen to write, sir. No. Can you see Hofstede? HOFESTEAD. Hofstede's cultural dimension. This again, Captain will probably cover you in detail in OB. Are you getting it in the mobile? Hofstede, right? It is that, sir? That please tell the spelling, I may not be correct. HOFSTEAD. STED. It's called Hofstede's cultural dimension. This was studied in IBM, where 5 lakh people are working in many countries. They want to understand what could be the cultural dimension of different people from different countries. Like some countries, they don't want to pass. Like people like Japan and all, without pass they can. Some people, they distance themselves from power. So there's a big circle given in the Hofstede. Power avoiding, uncertainty avoidance, close to the hierarchy neither not needed. So different kind of people culturally work with different styles. Americans want less pass. Japanese cannot work without pass. German want more process, less uncertainty avoidance. We Indians are too good at it. Jugaad guys. Uncertainty, any jugaad, that is the first topic. But all other country guys are. So he has done a study on 5 lakh people Hofstede using IBM and come up with the 6 or what are the, can you read that one? 6-7 dimensions, right?
Our distance index. Individualism versus collective.
Individualism versus collectivism. 1, 2.
Uncertainty avoidance.
Uncertainty avoidance. I want to work only clarity, no uncertainty. 3. Masculinity and femininity. Masculinity and femininity. 4. Long-term view on short-term approach. 4. Yeah.
Intelligence versus
intelligence versus.
intelligence versus respect.
Okay. Next.
Power distance index. PDA.
Power distance. So he has done very well. If you read it in details, it's very good article. You must read the definition of each one. I think that itself will take up of this one. Okay. And if need be, all take a notes, whatever you wanted in the subsequent classes, let me know. I'll go into detail that, right? Otherwise, it's okay. So by here, for our purpose, IHRM guys have to deal with complex cultural issues. He's going to deal with all sorts of issues, all cultural. You cannot design a policy and frame without understanding the culture. Even if you go some cultural this thing, it may be disrespectful to the other. What they say, yes, yes, it's not yes. Correct now. Or you may something in a good way, or even the Americans, you can say, what is the name, what are you doing in the house? They will take it very bad. No, that they say, what the hell are you asking? In Indian though, where are you staying? Which part of JP? What child? Where are you working? All those nonsense people, right? Correct. A meeting will never be. They say they're very particular. When they see you, even they don't know, hello, how are you? They will ask you, honestly, not beyond that. Even if you walk across here, wherever you're staying, unknown people will say hello. But you cannot go and ask him, where is your house? What are you doing? How many kids? Where you study? You will feel very bad. You will say, you're asking why. You will be very blunt. So these are the cultural issues which you have to take. And then what is somebody what should say less power assistant, somebody they all want 5 days salary. Some people want every 5 days salary, not that monthly salary. So some people want lot of retirement benefits. Some industry want no retirement benefits, everything monthly. Give cut tax. Now India also is speaking. People are not bothered about paying tax. Like people let me last 15 years. Forget about tax. Forget about my future. I don't want any future. Retirement period, give me money. I want to spend. But previously, our culture used to be more secure job, more peer, more bonus, more graduate. That's it. Now I don't know. Youngsters, you also must be all to what extent you are. I 15 years back, I told me, see, nothing like retirement. Give me everything. They will say tax, that I'll take that. Whatever tax, 1,50,000 only they'll give you. Why HR guys have to take my life? No? Right. I invest in one thing and then you spend money.
You get salary after tax deduction.
That's the minimum. Yeah, you will give me an attraction. This and that. What can you say me? All that is what I'm asking. No. Why you have to save my money? Spend it. So international taxation, single taxation, double section, international medical facilities. 50% of IHRM becomes administrative job to look after the family. Another 25% of IHRM jobs looks after the cultural department. Remaining different 25% is SHRM. IHRM is essentially SHRM driven. To conclude, IHRM is essentially SHRM driven. Along with, they look for the cultural issues and then expatriate management involving the family at large. The question could be, what is the difference between domestic and international? There are some 5 points, which is maybe next slide. How do you differentiate between domestic HRM and IHRM? Okay. For our discussion clear? Yes. Your time is there or gone? Almost gone, huh? Okay, I have many things I cannot conclude. I have to take it next class. Any questions so far? Has everything gone in head properly? Understood? Nothing rocket science, but have you understood? Have you taken notes? Will you please go through what for it?
I point to between that is off leadership differences and teaching. These are types of what type, not right.
They are strategies. When we call strategy, these are the strategies. Put any company will come under that one.
And that Woodbridge, their Woodbridge model, right?
Yeah.
So someone who deals with all those is a strategy question.
If you are strategic, for all 4 quarters, you have to answer.
That's a higher level of HR. Ideally.
In the partner, we touched invariably only vertical alliance of HR activities with business strategy. We have not touched horizontal alliance. Okay. Any other question? The milestone starts. First assignment already loaded. Southwest Airlines and the Portman. Probably I'll discuss with you Southwest Airlines next class, which will tell you exactly about this strategy. Excellent. whatever we discussed today, but please come prepared reading that one. Okay, one. Read that one, and I will also send you, I will prepare a PPT on that. In that, I given particular pages to be read thoroughly. Read that pages thoroughly. Okay, I will try to upload. Case study is already uploaded. I will upload the PPT. What I prepared. In the PPT, I mentioned this page number, that page. Read that page thoroughly. They created a value creation. Then they create how strategy chart can alter the value. What is value creation? In business sense, you have quite understand, right? What is value creation? Suppose this flask. I'm selling it to third party entities. Okay. C is selling to portfolios. Okay, so C getting value. The customer at the end getting a value because instead of 10 rupees, getting 12 rupees getting 12. What is the value I'm getting? Should I sell it for loss or I own happiness? Right. C is able to manufacture at 7 rupees. I am able to manufacture at 6 rupees. So I capture value, I pass on value. Win-win. Not that I'm doing business, I told you, no, everything is money for me. You guys are HR, the student, given everything given. Everything is my business, my people, my growth, right? Customer, everything, or my growth. So the value creation is created levels. I capture value. This is what the source is value. This higher cost of production of this one is 7 rupees. So it's not able to sell it. My cost of production is 5 rupees. How do I do? Right kind of people selection, right kind of, some people there's a very repetitive job. I train them on that one. Everywhere you don't need a innovative kind of job. And repetitive job cannot be done by very people. So I work my work design in such a way. So I create a value creation. I capture value, pass on the value. Southwest Airlines is something like that. It's like the Deccan Airlines, they started with a single concept, they not implemented it. What they did is that there's an in so it's really easy to do. Southwest Airlines are not a business model. What is the business model is short route only. They try to make Bangalore to Hyderabad, Bangalore to Goa, that is the first business. They have all same aircraft, 737, so that the spare parts inventory can be controlled. Everywhere they have cost leadership. This case study is based on cost leadership. Everywhere they have captured and controlling the cost, so that they can pass it. So the short route, now long route, only same aircraft, so inventory cost and all. And the employees they selected, they only the basic salary, and the market should not have the salary, not a very detailed training, basic data, but they talk of multi-tasking. No airports, no high-flight, thereby increasing the cost of the airports. Everybody has been culturally given a training, even the pilot has to pick up some old man is coming to the pilot has to carry. That kind of cultural training. Two, they also synchronized the business strategy. No need for people to carry something. Stop. And then no tea, everything will be served. Step to the front, you want to do. Or if somebody needs, everybody has to work. Like that. No, so what they did, they worked heavily on the employees. When they select an employee, they keep the customer in the selection. The passenger in the selection board to see whether this people has got an overall customer sense. Okay. And they give a minimum salary and the bonus will be distributed openly to the big man. So they created a good team. Not paying a big salary, they give a big salary, the cost will go. Here, everywhere they have to observe the cost. So they paid a less salary, market salary, not less, and they distributed a big one. So they served, and they created a team. By paying a differentiated salary, they must have created. They created a company. So what is the outcome they promised to the customer? They said, I will take care of you by giving you less fare. Then you have to go to Hyderabad, they pay 2,000. You pay here only 2,000 or 2,500. For that you are getting, but no free for it. And 99% the aircraft will be intact. So the customer gets that. And no frill, no beautiful air hostess, no tea, coffee, nothing like it. And even customer have to serve it. That is the customer. The employee, they said it, that you have to make money, you have to propose it, and then you have to do it. So that's a value creation. How they did it, HR guys, they selected people that way. You do a lot of cultural training. You made a lot of team spirit created by not creating a big salary and common bonus, communication, multitasking, all those things that they did. What happened exactly? The same aircraft, instead of competitor aircraft going between Bangalore, Hyderabad, 4 trips, this came in big 5 trips. Okay. Okay, the turning over, taking over, all those, because the people are committed on going into motivated, engaged. So they make sure competitor is doing, I'm doing 4, they are doing 5 trips. 2, 1. So I got extra money, I captured money. 2, since I'm giving a cheaper, every time a flight is full. The other guy's flight is sometimes full, sometimes full. I'm getting full. I've taken full money, full seat. I made 5 trips. With that money, I'm giving less ticket too. So I made a business value creation, and I also tried HR value creation to peak that. That is the case. Beautiful case study. Please try. With this, I hope you see. And in any case study, learn a lot of nonsense will be ready. Don't worry. Get into the gist of it. You don't get lost with me. That is why I given some page number about it. Just go through casually. But once you read this case study, it's an extremely good case study. Even today, talk in power and music and water. Tomorrow, if anybody asks you also the case study, you should not say anything. When you are shamed, I am shamed. In your network, when you see good, they'll always talk. Did you go to Portland? Did you go to South Western? Did you go to the 3X case study? That's another way of showing yourself that I'm an intellectual. I study. Got it? So please study. This is an excellent business model, value creation through HR activities, which takes care of the customer. That is what we call strategic HR. Done? Now that is what you are assigned this also. Already ordered. Along with that, there's one more hotel, which is called Portland Hotel, which takes care of horizontal loan, which I will do. So before we come to the next slide, please give me the subject line and PPTs. I don't need PPT, but still need to line. And there are 5 or 6 where the subsidies and the activities are read that kind. Now, what is the next one? Not the next one, the next one will be students. Because I am also coming only for it. My flight is one. I'm out for this. So I am scheduling all my rather suiting to you guys. Please come to the class, okay? If my whole travel program is planned according to your schedule. Tomorrow early morning and all. The Bangkok, Singapore, Thailand, Delhi, and all that. 10 days. I'm there every month in Delhi, Ranchi, Bangkok, Singapore. And it's very difficult for me to synchronize my time with your time. Please make this happen, right? If you don't come, like whatever we taught today, do you think that I'll be able to teach again? Even if I want to teach, you'll be able to teach. I don't think. Other than that, your book, Highly Customer is there. LMS, Highly Customer's PPT is also there. Chapter by chapter. My PPT is also there. Okay. And for the exam, primarily, I think we will come up with this kind of 5, 6 figures. We concentrate on that, whatever related, we will do. Done? Okay, let's all the best. Thank you, sir. Sir, find out everything. I think this slide is just you are okay. We still not covered many things here. Whatever learning outcome is set, who is responsible for the exam? What are the competencies for the professional? All those things we are not covered. We'll try to take it next one. Yes, sir.